Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, my name is Precious. On this channel I help you understand that family and relationship is a work in progress through my videos. Please consider to press the subscribe button if you like my videos, and also the notification bell. And thank you to all my returning subscribers. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about 7 common mistakes people make when trying to conceive. I have made some of these mistakes myself, and that's why I'm able to share with you. And some of the things I'm going to be saying as well are things that most of my friends or some of my friends have done, and also research has actually shown as well that people do these things when they're trying to conceive. Like I always say, when I say mistakes sometimes, it's not because people intentionally do these things. I don't think when I'm trying to conceive, I would do something that will actually affect me conceiving. I wouldn't do anything. So sometimes people do things innocently, but they don't know that these things actually affect their chances of trying to conceive. As someone who is on this journey of trying to conceive, and someone who actually have tried so many things, so many options on trying to conceive, I thought I'd make this video to let you know that some of the things that we do sometimes are actually mistakes, you know, innocent mistakes that we make that actually affects our chances of getting pregnant. So without further ado, I'm going to be telling you 7 common mistakes that affect our chances of getting pregnant or conceiving. The first mistake is using the wrong lubricant. I never ever thought that there are some lubricants that are not actually safe for the sperm. So you know, like when you when a man ejaculates inside of a woman, there are some lubricants that actually affect the sperm, the motility of the sperm, that actually might kill the sperm as well. So I never knew that. I just found out recently through all this my research, all this whole journey of getting, you know, when you have a problem, when you have a challenge, something you're going through, it makes you to read a lot, it makes you to learn a lot of things. I actually thank God for this period of me trying to conceive, because the things that I've learned so far, I don't think I would have learned it if I had just gotten pregnant like the first month I started trying to conceive. So I've learned a lot of things. So through this period I have learned a lot of things. So if you have a lubricant in the house, right, at the moment I'm talking to you, if you have a lubricant in the house, you want to read the lubricant. You want to read the ingredients of the lubricant, the active ingredients of the lubricant. You may not be a doctor. I am not a doctor, but what I would do is I would take those ingredients, I would take those components of the lubricant, what the lubricant is actually made of, and I will go online and check if it can affect fertility, or if it can affect the sperm getting into the whatever, or if it can affect your chances of getting pregnant. You want to do that because that's the best way you can do it. Or you can take your lubricant and go to the doctors and ask, is this lubricant safe for pregnancy? Is it okay for me to use it when I'm trying to conceive? You can do that. But if you don't want to go that length, you can actually check online. Or if you're buying a lubricant, buy a lubricant that is safe when trying to conceive. I know that most lubricant says on the leaflet or on its bottle is safe when you're trying to conceive. So always make sure that your lubricant is right for you. Always make sure that you're using a healthy and a safe lubricant for you, because what's the point? You're having this sex that you think you're going to get pregnant, and you don't know that the lubricant you're using is the devil. It's basically the obstacle for you not getting pregnant. You can imagine how amazed you're going to be. You can imagine how angry you're going to be at yourself if you really don't know that your lubricant is actually the problem all this while. So check your lubricant and make sure that it's safe when you're using it. Another mistake people make is not having enough sex. This is a mistake that I have personally talked to so many people, spoken to so many people about, because I made a video on increase your chances of having a boy, and I actually encourage that whenever you're going to have sex for that child, you should abstain from sex maybe 2 to 3 days. There are some women that are very extreme. Honestly, I don't know how you can cope. You're in the house with your husband, you're in the house with your spouse. For 2 weeks, you lie on the same bed and you don't have sex because you're saving the sperm. Let me tell you, that sperm you're saving, right? It's not even healthy to stay that long. And you think that you're saying, it's not like bank where you're depositing money. No. The more you have sex, the better for you. Okay? So people can actually stay for weeks just because they want to have sex when they're ovulating. There's no need for that. I actually encourage 2 to 3 days. There's no need staying 1 week, 2 weeks. Just, please, the only way you can get pregnant is to have sex. So if you're not having enough sex, you're not going to get pregnant. There's no two ways about it. Having sex, enough sex, is always going to make you get pregnant, and having sex at the right time as well. So please, don't starve yourself of sex. Don't starve your husband of sex. Don't starve your partner of sex just because somebody said you should abstain from sex. I did not say abstain from sex for 2 weeks. I did not say abstain from sex for 1 week. I did not say abstain from sex for 5 days. I only said abstain from sex 2 to 3 days if you can, before you try for baby boy or baby girl. But if you don't mind whichever sex or gender you want, girl, hammer it every day if you can. That's me. So not enough sex is one mistake people make when they're trying to conceive. On the other aspect, another mistake people make is having too much sex. Come, how do you cope? You have in the morning, you have in the evening, you have in the morning, you have in the evening. I'm not saying it's wrong. If you have the energy, go ahead and do it. But too much sex, again, essence of everything is bad, right? It is just that moderation, okay? If you're having sex every, like morning and evening, you're reducing your chances, the productivity of your sperm. It's not going to be like your sperm is not producing every 1 second, right? You need to give yourself time to re-energize. You need to give your man time to re-energize so that he can give you good, healthy sperm well produced and healthy. So too much sex can actually affect your chances of getting pregnant. If you think I'm lying, go and ask the doctor. Maybe a professional person can actually tell you. So balancing it is the main thing. In between these 2 points is actually balancing it. Not having too much, not having enough sex, and having too much sex is just not right when you're trying to conceive. You need to balance it. And the best way to balance it is do it as much as you can. Not too much, not under the normal time you should have it. Another mistake people make is waiting for a positive ovulation test before they start having sex. Hey, Jesus. This ovulation test, let me just say something to you guys, is an estimation, right? Is an estimation. It's just estimating. The worst of it is when you're using that strip, the one that gives you a darker line or a faint line and all of that. It doesn't tell you when you have ovulated. The best way for you to know when you have ovulated is using the thermometer. And the thermometer can be confusing as well. Or actually going to be monitored by the doctor if you're going through IVF or fertility treatment. That's the way you will know. Everything we are talking about in terms of knowing when you're ovulating is just like, we're just estimating, basically. It's just an estimation. So if you think, oh, I'm not going to have sex until my ovulation test says that I'm positive. What if the ovulation test is faulty? What if the ovulation test tells you the wrong thing? That means you've just been waiting all this while, just waiting for the ovulation test. It's a very big mistake. I don't think you guys on this channel do that. So let me not waste my time. I know that you hammer, right? I know my girls, like I know you guys. You're like me. Come on, girls, have sex. So another mistake that people make is using soft cup. I'm going to find a picture of what a soft cup look like, and I'm going to insert it on this video so you have a look and see what it is. So basically, soft cup is when you have, after having sex, you put something inside of a vagina to stop the sperm from coming out. Now let me tell you something. I don't know if you've seen your guy ejaculating before. When a man is ejaculating, the way it goes far, like it goes far. So if a man's penis is here and he ejaculates, the ejaculate will get here. Let me put, ejaculate will get to this point, right? So the sperm, the healthy sperm that is meant to go and fertilize that egg has gone. If using a soft cup is just something that, okay, let me just do it, maybe let me do it, then that's fine, you can go ahead and do it. But don't think that because you're using that soft cup, because you're putting something there, that then you're going to get pregnant, you must get pregnant. No, that's a mistake, right? Don't think that thing alone would make you get pregnant. What makes you get pregnant is having sex at the right time, and also having a guy or a husband that has healthy sperm to actually fertilize the egg that has been released. Those are the two major ways to get pregnant faster. So soft cup is a good thing for you if you want to use it, but it's not like a necessity. It's not something that, oh, whenever I use it, I'm going to get pregnant. No, if that's what you're thinking, then that's just a myth. Another big mistake, when I mean big mistake people make, which I'm going to be making a video because I have a video separately for this, is trying to have sex after ovulation. So I made a video about trying to increase your chances of having a baby boy, and the timing of that of the sex you're supposed to have during this video is supposed to be timing sex after you've ovulated, so that you know that the egg is already there waiting for the sperm. Now, if you know that you're not increasing your chances, you don't want to have any boy or any girl, you just want to have a baby, you don't need to wait after you've ovulated. You don't want to wait, because the egg only lasts for 12 to 24 hours. If you don't have sex between that 12 to 24 hours, you're not going to get pregnant. And imagine you always have sex every 25th hour when the egg has been released. What is the chance that you're going to get pregnant? And you don't even know exactly when the egg was released. So why not just have sex as much as you can? You don't need to wait after ovulation. Like, what's the point? Why are you having sex after ovulation? I don't get it. That's a big mistake people make. And I think one of the reasons people make this mistake is the fact that they don't know that they've ovulated. They just wait until they start having the pain, all those signs and all of that that tells them that they are going to be ovulated or they are ovulating. But they don't really actually know that they have ovulated. So, unless you're just having sex for the fun of it, then you can have sex after ovulating. But if you're trying to increase your chances of getting pregnant, then sex after ovulation is a waste of time. Another big one, this one I need to breathe in. Big mistake that people make, especially women, is the fact that they think the problem is their fault. Now, let me tell you something. When it comes to conceiving, like I said earlier, two big factors: you ovulating and your man having a healthy sperm. You have to, first of all, make sure that you are ovulating. And another thing you need to do is to make sure your guy is producing healthy sperm. Most women, as soon as they start trying to conceive and they don't get pregnant like immediately, or a few months down the line, they don't get pregnant, they start putting all the blame on themselves. They start feeling that the problem is their fault, is them. Can I just say to you, getting pregnant involves two people. When you're going to see your GP, you're going to see your doctor, you need to go as a pair. You need to go in pair, so that as they are checking you, they are checking your spouse. Make sure that you are okay and your spouse is okay. Because I see that some women say, oh, do you know, I've gone for tests, and they say nothing is wrong, or nothing is wrong. And I say to them, has your husband gone for tests as well? They say no. So how are you going to know that he's not the problem if you think you're not the problem? So it's trying to conceive is not easy. Like I always say, I have experienced it. But putting this blame on yourself, carrying this load on yourself, making it all about you, I don't know. By the time you get pregnant, you're going to give yourself high blood pressure. So my advice is that don't make it your fault. it's both of you that are trying to conceive. Pray about it. Do what you need to do. Have sex the right time. Make sure both of you are okay. Both of you are okay. I know of someone that I think she wanted to get married as a second wife to this guy who has actually spent time with this other woman not getting pregnant. And they all thought that the other woman was the one who was responsible. But by the time she said, you know what, let's go for a test and know what the problem is actually, they found out that the man was the problem. So this other woman has spent all her life thinking she was the problem without knowing that her husband was the problem. So women, please, don't even say that it's your fault. It's your fault when you haven't checked that your guy is okay. Don't even do that. Make it a family thing. Make it the issue of the family. And I just pray that as you do that, you do what you're supposed to do. You get pregnant. I don't pray that anyone should go through this process of trying to conceive for a long time. I just wish you all the best. So guys, these are the 7 common mistakes people make when they're trying to conceive. If you know you've made any mistake when you're trying to conceive, please let me know in the comment section. And if you've got any questions about this common mistake as well, let me know in the comment section. But for now, thank you so much for watching this video. Be grateful, be positive, and be yourself. See you on my next video.